Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching Atom by Eve, a live-in animation. Now when it comes to the Japanese musical artist Eve, I didn't know too much about him until about a few years ago. That's when he ended up providing songs that were included in the anime Dororo, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Promised Neverland Season 2. Now, and I ended up liking all of his songs, especially Kakai Katan for Jujutsu Kaisen's first opening. And this basically is a mix of live action, animation, and music while telling the story of two Japanese girls who end up getting caught in a supernatural situation. Let's get to the story, shall we? The story is about Aki and Taki, two high school girls who are very good friends who happen to enjoy listening to music together and playing the violin together. Unfortunately, one day Taki ends up disappearing after mentioning that she had a dream of a one-eyed monster. And Aki has to try to find where her friend went while also trying to figure out exactly what the dream's all about, especially since dreams and reality are tending to intersect when it comes to this supernatural situation. And yeah, that's basically the story. The whole film is really only about 53 minutes long, if you don't count the credits at the end. It's not very long at all, but at the same time, it doesn't need to be. It ends up being a simple story that happens to draw you into the emotional center, while also giving us plenty of songs from Eve that actually do fit into the themes of the film pretty well, especially when it comes to the more animated segments, like a full-on animation anime dream involving several one-eyed monsters and anime girls that have baseball bats and guns. It's definitely very well animated and very chaotic, but it definitely fits with the music and the themes of the film as well. And even the live action bits aren't that bad. They are touching, they happen to show off Aki and Taki's friendship, and they do happen to have some good acting from the two actresses who play the two girls. On top of that, I really just love how the visuals end up enveloping most of the live action sets, like the one eyed monster appearing on various buildings, uh, several different bits of the music videos showing up in Shibuya, etc. It happens to use its animation very cleverly when it mixes with live action, in a way that's different from something like, say, the Space Jam movies or Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Plus, the costumes and designs for everything, especially for the musical numbers by Eve, are really well done, especially since Kakai Katan is used near the end of the film. And surprisingly, even though it doesn't have any of the characters from Jujutsu Kaisen, it still feels like it fits, and it still feels just as eerie and gloomy, but also as catchy as ever. I think that's just a perfect song for anything involving the supernatural or cursed spirits in general. Which makes sense, considering this is coming out mere days before the release of Jujutsu Kaisen 0, which I will also review. But as far as this one goes, it's short but sweet. It's got great visuals, it's got great animation, it's got great music, and it just tells a really well done story that doesn't overstay its welcome. So that's why I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. See you next time.